Hi guys, it is Jeremy again. Welcome back to Books and Coffee, and I have a little bit of a different video this week. Today I am doing something I am super excited for, and today's video we are going to be talking about not this, but we're going to be talking about the Teen Wolf movie. So, and I always like to kind of briefly show you guys something, but since this is on, um, the movie released on the 26th. I watched it, I think, the next day, and oh my gosh, this movie was incredible. Um, so if you don't know what the Teen Wolf movie is, the Teen Wolf movie is a kind of revival of sorts from the TV show, which ran for 6 seasons, making 100 episodes. However, I actually have not seen most of season 5 and the first half of season 6. I think I ended up watching the first like 5 episodes of season 5, and then I just stopped just because I don't know, season 5 has like this really weird vibe to it, and for some reason I had a really hard time getting fully into the season. But let me tell you what, that is going to change so quickly. So I'm not going to give major plot points to the movie away because I know the movie has only been out for not even a full week yet, I don't believe, and I don't want to spoil anything for people who have not gotten the chance to watch it yet. It is available for streaming on Paramount Plus. I would link it, but it wouldn't link it directly, so just go to Paramount Plus and you can be able to watch it. So this is not exactly going to be a review. It's going to be more of my thoughts on it. So I have a lot of thoughts about this movie, and we're going to get into it. So this movie is set at least 15 years after the end of the series. My only issue with that is it's different. A lot of the cast looks so much older than I thought they were going to look. I know this is set, like, technically the storyline is set at least 15 years in the future. So we have a lot of people going in a lot of different directions. This movie does a lot of things that we would never have seen in the show. Language, they say shit multiple times out the movie. They say fuck several different times, um, which is something I was so taken aback by when I was watching it because I was not expecting it. And the second thing that's very, very adult in this is going to be nudity. There is some nudity scenes where you see ass on several characters during a sex scene or a sort of sex scene. And I won't say who. I'll just let you guys watch the movie and find out for yourselves because I don't want to spoil anything. So that was interesting, but then again, this is Paramount, and Teen Wolf was a MTV show, so there's certain things they just could not do. Um, it was great. The storyline. So if you see the trailers at all, you knew Allison comes back. The way she comes back is kind of not exactly believable. It's kind of a shot in the dark. I think it's up to everyone's interpretation if you take that at face value. I kind of feel like the writing could have been a little bit more creative in bringing her back. I always thought that some brand new villain was going to come in. Allison was going to come back. She was going to be fighting against all the characters that we know and love, and that's not exactly. I'm sorry, I'm itching my nose. I'm sorry. That's not exactly what happens. I was kind of right in one thing. So this is not much of a spoiler. You can kind of gather this from the trailer, but she doesn't remember who anyone is, and she's very much back to hunt werewolves. And we kind of understand why. And if you've seen the trailers, you will know that the new Gitsune is back. I was not exactly thrilled about that because he was a villain that was already defeated in the season 3 finale, and yet he's brought back again. That's not exactly what I would have wanted from the movie. I really would have preferred if we had a fresh villain that was way more bad and dangerous than anything we'd ever seen Teen Wolf do before. But, beggars can't be choosers. We still get another story involving all of our favorite characters, so I can't exactly complain too much. The movie was just amazing. We see Allison is back. We have so many characters. Scott, of course, Lydia, Malia, Parrish, Noah Stalinsky, Styles' father. Styles is not in this movie at all. He is mentioned multiple times, and they don't exactly talk about his disappearance or where he is really. He's just off doing other things is basically what the movie addressed that to be. But we do get to see Derek. Derek actually has a lot more screen time than I thought he was going to have. I thought he was going to just be there, maybe have a few scenes here or there, but he's in it for quite a bit of the movie, and I was surprised by that because he is a big actor right now. Not really big, but he's doing Superman and Lois right now. As far as I know, they're still working on season 3. So I thought that he was not going to be able to be in the movie be in the movie very much because he was working on Superman and Lois. But I was pleasantly surprised. The storyline of the movie is very, very good. Um, I really liked this very dark, very twisted version of the new Kitsune. It's a little bit different than what we got in the third season. Well, season 3B, I should say. We get to see the Oni come back, and to me, it was just a joy to see everyone come back and tell another story. It was just a joy. I loved so many things. Lydia is a badass in this movie. She has one particular scene that I'm not going to say. I'll say she screams. That's not much of a spoiler if you've watched the show, but there's one scene that's towards the end of the film where she screams, and it is probably one of the most badass and intense scenes ever. What I can say without spoiling anything for you guys is the ending of this movie left me. I was a sobbing mess. I cried for at least a solid hour, it felt like, because there's something that happens, and I was not seeing that coming. And what I will say is this movie is left very much open. It's very, very open. They could easily come back and make another movie or another project. I'm hoping for maybe another 2 movies if they're successful. I know this was number 1. It was the most popular original Paramount Plus film to be put on their streaming platform, and it hasn't even been on there a full week yet. That is huge. The fan base that is behind Teen Wolf is just amazing. I actually remember watching Teen Wolf with my sister. They were doing a marathon on MTV, playing the 3rd season because the finale was going to air that night, and I watched a handful of episodes, and when it was on a commercial, I looked over at my sister and I was like, this is amazing. And she was like, I have the first 2 seasons, watch it from the beginning and then you can watch this later. And I was like, yeah, because I don't want to spoil myself because I knew nothing about these characters. I just knew that it was dark, it was gritty, it was raw, and it was awesome, and I wanted to know more about the origin of these characters and how they got to this point. And I started watching it, and I fell in love with the writing and the storyline. Well, same thing, and of course all the characters from the moment that they were introduced on screen, and I loved it. This movie was the best. I think thank you to the fans. I think they did an amazing job with this movie. Yeah, there are some things that kind of don't really make sense, like how Allison came back is a little fishy. Why the new Gitsune came back with that's a little up in the cards a little bit, but overall, I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved it. I love this movie so much. I've seen it 3 times, and it's making me want to go back all the way to the beginning and binge watch the entire series and then fully watch seasons 5 and 6. It was amazing. That's all I can tell you. I cannot recommend this movie enough. I loved so many different aspects. I also love the new characters. We get to see Derek has a son named Eli, who's about 16 years old, and he kind of doesn't. He's a little bit rebellious towards the end of he's a little bit rebellious towards the beginning of the movie. We see him drive Styles' Jeep, which drives Derek crazy. So that was a really fun scene. It was a treat, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you have not watch Teen Wolf, watch the show. It's on Paramount Plus, I believe, as well. I think you can also watch it on Hulu. Yes, Hulu has it, and you might be able to rent or buy it off of Amazon Prime. Um, I loved it to pieces. I really did. I thought it was absolutely incredible, and I hope you guys will watch it. And thank you for watching today's video. I have a video that will be posted tomorrow that is going to be on what I'm currently reading in my TBR pile. Really busy week, so I apologize for no book reviews this week. I know I keep breaking a few promises. I am sorry. I'm going through some issues right now, but I promise you guys videos. You guys will always get videos, even if I'm not reading. So yeah, so let me know if me reviewing the seasons of Teen Wolf is something you guys would like to see. I'm not going to completely give up on doing TV show content occasionally, or maybe a couple times a month would be really fun. So just let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.